learned about my mother's death, and then thought about this moment, and I spoke to my brothers and sisters and family and friends. I realized that there's so much that my mother was. She was a sister, a daughter, a mother, a grandmother, a woman, a wife, so many of those things. And in her life, she jumped in with both feet, and she was a very strong and independent woman. Born in 1921 in San Marcos, Texas. It was a very turbulent time, and she grew up as the fifth daughter of Traversio and Ciria Renteria, and she had 13 brothers and sisters, and 3 of them are with us today. And it makes me think that that's where she grew to love a large family and want people around and celebration of life. I learned in the past couple of days, I think, more about how my mom was an independent and courageous and strong woman, a beautiful woman. She put herself through college. She went to college. She was very fashionable. You look at the pictures of her sisters, and they all look like movie stars. Just gorgeous, just beautiful. And I mentioned, of course, her beauty. Her sister Amalia tells me that, her father was very protective, and she'd send her younger sister to the corner to meet some boyfriends that she'd make arrangements with, and just to see if they're there so she could meet him. And then Amalia would come back and tell her, yeah, they're going to be there. And then my mom was such into fashion, she'd send her back again to see what he was wearing, so she could make her outfit match. She was very strong and beautiful, and of course the men were coming around, and a young man met her at Kelly Air Force Base where she was working as secretary, and asked her father if he could marry her before he shipped off to war, which would later become D-Day. And her father said, no, wait, until he comes back, and we know he's safe. And she went ahead and she married him anyway. And I think that just shows her spirit for life and passion. And unfortunately, he died in World War II shortly thereafter. But she carried on, and her family moved out west towards the Bay Area in Oakland. And she went on. Her mother encouraged her to go work in Washington, D.C., where she was a secretary to a general at the Pentagon. And you look at some of those younger pictures where she was finding herself, and it's nice to see that she, I always thought that she was so busy caring for us and responding to our needs and taking care of us and loving us so much. And it's nice that she had those times, and I can look back and know that she was a strong, independent, beautiful woman, and she was that on her own. And it makes me know that when she met my father, that when she came into this life with an older man and a previous family, and go on to take on 5 kids of her own, that it was her choice. She chose to do this, and it was her passion to love all of us. And she had a lot of love. She loved everybody, and she had friends around her. She loved to chat. She loved to be one of the girls. She loved to call her sisters and talk about things for hours. But I want to speak to my father and the love that they had, and to see the pictures of a young, handsome man and my mom, and starting a life together. And I just enjoy that spirit of the two of them, and the courage that she had to take on such a big family and love and welcome all my older brothers and sisters and try and make it work. And join a family together with such love and such passion. And as my sister reminded me, she was a loving mother, but she was a grandmother And she loved being a grandmother, and it seemed like there was a whole new generation of kids for her to take care of. And she used to love to, I don't know whether there's a cartoon or something she saw where she loved to put the little babies in oversized clothes. So they looked like little ragamuffins walking around the yard, little Carlitos and Nico and Milan, and she bathed them in the sink, in a big bowl in the sink, and you come in and go like, Mom, what are you doing? And the kids looked so happy. They loved it. They loved it. And I think we loved it as kids too. But she grew up into an older woman and dignified, and she took care of my father. And in the older days, after some of the kids had left, and I could still be there, I'd still hear them talking in the room. My dad would always talk so loud in a deep voice. Anita, I got your coffee, honey. You know, come here, sweetie, give me a kiss. I love her so much. Oh, Peter, come on, you haven't shaved. You know, Peter, not right now. And you come here, sweetie, I love you so much. And I think back to those days, and I just enjoy that they loved each other so much, and she took care of them all the way to the end, because she was a giver. She loved all of us, and she was still there for all of us. And we're all individual, different people, independent people, and we're all strong and confident. And sometimes we go off on our different ways, but I think she made us that way. She made us to be independent and go off to different places like she did. She wanted us to have adventures and live our own lives. And as I look around the room and I see the family and the friends, my brothers and sisters, Pete, Mal, and your family's here, it means a lot. We were united. She helped to do that. Carlos, your baby, she helped to make that happen. And towards the end, when I was taking care of my dad, that's all he cared about. He said, Leo, everybody take care of Mama. Take care of Mama. And it's a hard thing to do when your mom gets old, and I'm just proud of the way that we all tried. And she was with Dolly, and she came in to me, and she was with Javier and Cookie, and Alejandro helped, and we did do a good job. We did take care of Mama. And she had a good life.